A teacher in the yoga lineage is called a guru. That word has a lot of bad connotations, I think, in the West, because we think of all the sort of corrupt gurus. But the word itself essentially means dispeller of darkness. Dispeller of darkness. Or one who shows you the light, basically. And I bring that up in regards to these margas because a true teacher basically will see where you are in any of this, and will not like force you or get you to do something weird, but essentially it's meant to just like, the path is dark, like we don't know where it is. And the teacher just shines a light on the path so we can walk ourselves. And that's the way it's set up for us here, which I think is it's a really beautiful thing. Additionally, this notion of teacher-student is a big thing in Bhakti Yoga. It's the power of the teacher. Sort of like what we just saw here, there are few things more powerful than really feeling seen and guided by someone. So much more than reading a book or going to a class, right? You just like, somebody, it's just unspeakable, it just moves you. It's that feeling of devotion or love for a teacher that really can help you keep walking when you feel like you can't go on. I think we've all had moments like that. Part of what helps us in these moments, teacher to a student, is that we, as a student, we feel seen. There's part of us that feels that somebody sees and gets you in a way that nobody else does, right? Like all of a sudden that person just gets you. And that sense of seeing or being seen is what we call in yoga, it's called darshan. D-A-R-S-H-A-N. And this also comes from, it's the same root where we get that word drishti. Remember we talked about that earlier? Drishti is the gazing point of the eyes. It's the same verbal root, it's about seeing. So darshan, in contemporary culture, if there's like a big famous guru, you'll be like, oh, I'm going to go and have darshan with a guru, meaning like I'm going to go and see this teacher. There's some Swami or there's some whatever. I'm going to go and see them. The Dalai Lama is in town. I'm going to go and see the Dalai Lama. But the way the word is set up is, it basically reminds us that we're not necessarily going to see a teacher. Because like what we talked about even before you guys came in, it's never about the teacher. The teacher is there to serve the students. So darshan, you're not going to see a teacher. You're going
to get
to
the message.
now you're going to be seen
Okay.
by the teacher. So the true teacher can see in you that which you can't even see in yourself, right? Like, I just know for me, my main yoga teacher, like I was just blasting around and he was able to show me parts of myself and I was like, oh my God, and you know it was there, it's totally there, and therefore show me the way. Help, like a guru, to shine the light in areas that were dark, to see parts of myself that I didn't even know were there. Like a person when you're young, they, like, I see you. And so we're going to come back to this a little bit later, this concept of darshan and what it is to me. One thing I do want to round out about guru and teacher as it applies to what we talked about yesterday It's physical yoga and all these different styles and how they all got canonized. And that is that really up until maybe 200 years ago, yoga was only taught teacher to student. There was only guru disciple. There was only like, hey, I see what is inside of you, I see what you need so that you can get up the mountain, I'm gonna give you exactly that thing. And yoga was meant to be highly adapted to the individual. You know, you have this constitution, so I'm gonna give you these breathing techniques. You've got this kind of digestion, so you're gonna eat these types of food in your, you know, for Ayurveda. You've got a scattered mind, so I'm gonna give you this type of meditation practice. Actually, you've got a really closed mind, so I'm going to give you a more, meditation practice that expands you. By the way, not everybody has a scattered mind. Some people, their mind is like myopic, and it needs to be expanded through visualization. Like, not everybody has the same stuff. Not everybody has the same needs. Some people are incredibly skilled at using their bodies, and they needed to learn how to be quieted down. Some people were like not in their bodies at all. They needed to move more. And every yoga was taught for thousands of years, teacher to student, exactly to what that student needed. And it would, of course, then change. You would never do the same yoga, because if the student was actually doing the practice a month from that week, then they had totally, the practice works. The practice works, and then the student had different needs, right? So the teacher was always there seeing the student and shining the light up the mountain to show the student what they needed to do next. So there was no such thing as styles or brands of yoga, because it would have never occurred to anybody to give a bunch of people the same thing to do, because everybody's so different, right? So it really only started in the last, it's really maybe 150 years. I think there was a yoga college in India, in Mysore, like in the 1850s or something like that. But it just wasn't, the reason why it's worth unpacking all this stuff from yesterday, that all these asanas were, got into brands and styles, et cetera, that was once a teacher decided to, hey, I want to have a big class, I want to teach a bunch of people at once, all this sort of stuff. So I'm going to give you guys kind of just an in general thing that you all do it. So there are many wonderful things about group classes, because you can feel the vibe of energy and you get uplifted by your community. It's a way that we, modern society, people are like less religious, so it's a way of like building, community. And it's also sometimes you really can learn from people in the room. You're like, oh, I saw that person doing that. That's great. You just, can kind of mirror along. There's some great things about group classes.